Hi, good evening to all of you. Am I audible, guys? Ankit, Abhinav. Okay, fine. Hitesh, Harshika. Okay, Abhinav, are you in my batch? Seems to be. Ankit, you also? No, I last time also I asked. Okay, Ankit. Okay, let's start with the analysis. Bull mock cat 15. Okay, Hitesh, well done. If you are working on whatever tips I am giving and if the accuracy is improving, it's all your hard work. We are just here to just direct you, give you the direction. Well, let's start with the. But if I compare this paper mock 15 with the previous mocks, we will find that this paper was comparatively easy than the previous mocks. Your accuracy has gone up to 78%. That is really superb. Yeah, this time we kept English moderate, easy to moderate, and because maths was, I think. What about the mathematics this time? What about the mathematics? If I compare the level of mathematics in this section was, I think, tougher than previous mocks. Okay, Shashank, also you have joined the session. I think this is your first time, Shashank, or you were there as far as Vaishnavi Deshpande. So let us start with this because today I picked only a few questions, not more than 8 to 10, because paper was quite easy, and only one or two questions I found a little debatable. So all in all, this paper had 12 easy questions and 22 moderate questions. First time, but next time you will find again. We'll move on to the same track, and you will find very difficult exams. So this time this paper had 22 moderate questions and 20 easy level questions, 12 easy level, all in all 34. If I talk about, so one could have got 23 plus score, 23 plus questions minimum, correct? So 23 into 3 approximately. So let us see what we have in this session. The first is, which I have picked up here, is the two based on misfit type. So just take your time, and I have picked up one or two passages only, not all the passages, because it's very difficult for me to complete all the passages just 45 minutes. So yes, guys, 53rd question. This is 53rd question, primarily based on. Okay, Hitesh, if you find this type of question, these type of questions difficult, probably it has to be the theme-based linkage rather than keywords, because most of the time we also keep the keywords same in all the sentences. So it's very difficult to track the odd one on just on the basis of keyword or any other tricks which we tell you during while teaching your sentence rearrangement. So it has to be pure understanding, and it has to be pure theme understanding of the theme. So one definitely will go out of the way, and that would be out of context or misfit one. So in this question also, yes guys, what about rest of the people? Bishwa, Sajid, Sarmishta, Vedant, Ankit. So did you get this question correct? Okay, in this the opening sentence, Abhinav, no. So what happened, Abhinav? So in this, for example, before tracking the odd one out, it is very important for us to read all the sentences, that too in one go, and try to figure out what exactly theme is all about. Is primarily it's related to RC, this particular part, because in RC we teach you how to track the main idea. So you need to track the main idea, rest. So you got this. Question number in statement number 4 is an opener in this case, Shashank. If all of the scientific knowledge were to be destroyed and only one sentence passed on to the next generation of creatures, what statement would contain the most information in the fewest words? After 4, 2, I believe it is the atomic hypothesis. So second is answering this question, statement number 4. Therefore, second cannot be odd one out. Am I clear, Shashank? Because in this fourth statement, the question has been asked. So we need to, if there is an answer available, so this will come after sentence number 4. Am I clear, Shashank? I believe it is a little practice that move around the perpetual motion, but repelling would squeeze into one another. This will contain the maximum information. So let's see what we have in next question, because I found one or two passages very interesting. Rest of the paper we kept very simple, moderate primarily, but I found we picked up the two passages which were quite interesting while reading. So coming on to the 54th question. So again here we have to find out the odd one out. So statement number 4 say he. So if I go through all the sentences, I would find we are talking about real man. So rest was yes, he is. So we are talking about why we found one straight noun here, real man. So real man would be an opener in this case. So real man is alive and kicking the football around the fringes of modern society. It's a little metaphorical sentence. We are not exactly talking about real man, some man playing football, real man playing football. It is about the how he looks at the life and what are his views, etc., etc. So after 3, 4th will come. He is there latent within even the most metrosexual of males. After all, etc., etc. The correct pair is. Yeah, Shashank, it is 1. Yeah. Because one says, was there some golden society where gender roles were clearly defined, everyone instantly knew their place, there was full employment, men's emotional lives were uncomplicated. This is a little out of track. Otherwise, we are all, the rest of the 3 sentences talking about real man. So we kept this question very easy just to teach you that how things can be linked via themes. It's not always that keywords are helpful. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's see what we have. Very simple question. I don't know why people have marked this as moderate, but from my point of view, very simple. Again, we have to find out the incorrect ones. So guys, what you have to say? Now, very common mistake that we all commit. There is an university. Now, generally we pronounce university as U. The sound of U is very clear whenever we pronounce the word university. Actually, it is not pronounced as university. The correct pronunciation is, it should sound like Y-double-O, university. But if I say, let's go to the Punjab University or Madras University, people will say that, people will think that some new university has come up. So we look at this word university, we find vowel at the start and we place an. This is wrong. The sound is of y, and there is a university. University should be preceded by a, not by an, which it seems to be correct. An seems to be correct, but it should be a. And the second B is also wrong. The police chief tried to excise an undue. Now here the sound of U is very clear, therefore it has to be again primarily article based, because for the last 15 tests we were giving you subject verb agreement error, parallelism, modifiers, etc. This time we thought that why not to introduce very simple error, article based error, preposition based error. So we picked up article this time, but it's not mandatory that next time you'll find preposition based error. Indians are born creative. Sir told me that while taking analysis that one error, another preposition. So it's not necessary, but we kept this time this thing simple. So this is also wrong. And third is based on an idiom. Rajesh attitude said that it seems that he always put on airs to show the attitude. So ABC wrong. I think that answer again is 1. So very simple. Make sure that life is not very complicated as we all think. Similarly, same goes for the cat also. Shashank, yes, if the sound of vowel is not clear, in that case we have to use instead of an. Yes, if the sound, let's say if I talk about all of you guys, he is an European or he is a European. Just type a or an. The sentence goes like this if I am audible. He is an European or he is a European. I think you all are born genius. You're just wasting your life for cat 15-20 lakh package. You're on this earth for bigger task. Yes, the sound, the word is starting with a vowel, but sound of vowel is not clear. It is again European. The sound of y is very clear here, prominent. So he is an European would be wrong. He is a European. Am I clear, Shashank? Okay. Okay, now this paragraph, becoming a teacher, issues in secondary teaching by Dylan and Magur. So here the passage highlights that government taking too much pain in involving parents, and sometimes this policy can backfire also. So how was this passage primarily based on education? I have picked up only one question, that tone based question as far as this is concerned. Yes, Sharmishta, what is your point? Sound of you ear being consonant, yes. Yes, it therefore it was A in the previous sentence. Yes, it is always. You got 63 wrong there. I picked up 63 question, 63rd question because of this. I don't know, but I picked up instinctively. I picked up this question. I wasn't aware that you also got this wrong. Okay, so let's rush through this paragraph. If you're able to recall this paragraph, it says that the current enthusiasm for yet more and more parental involvement among policymakers has failed to take into accounts of danger. Now, if you try to involve parents too much into schooling or policies, so there are dangers also involved. Some kinds of parental involvement pose to the people equal opportunities for educational resources. Whenever we invite to improve our system, this thing can backfire also. Now, teachers, third line, teachers need to bear in mind that parent personal histories and their educational experience influence their involvement in their children's schooling. Now, the first component he has introduced, author, is that the schooling of the parents, their personal history, the way they were brought up, and their experiences also influence the kid's education and his schooling, kids schooling. So especially particularly in effectiveness in dealing with teachers, and that such differences are rooted in social class, ethnicity and race. So he has again brought up three issues, that your social class, your ethnicity and your race, the way one has been brought up, everything will affect his or her kids attending the school the way if you try to involve the person. So while the new century has seen growing angst means anger. While the new century has seen growing angst about educational achievement that cross race and class, it is primarily middle class mothers who are juggling intense anxiety about their children's education alongside the pursuit of their educational advantage. Now, middle class people are too much worried, especially mothers. So second says that second paragraph. So in the first component, I always tell you to use scrap, etc. No doubt this passage was easy to understand, but here we introduce too many components just to make the life tougher for you. So the second paragraph says the differential impact of social class positioning and ethnicity means that parents are dealing with different layers of continuity and discontinuity between their own and their children's educational experiences. It's very much understood that the way anybody is brought up and the way he or she is teaching his or her kids, sending his or her kids to school, would be altogether different. If I compare this education 20 years back, earlier it was altogether different, now it's altogether different. So unlike harmonious, anodyne relationship presented in parental involvement text, in reality, parent-teacher relations are characterized by the struggle for control and definition. Now, this is the point where author has introduced that what is a bone of contention. Both the parties are trying to exert their control over the situation, and sometimes school tend to offer their scarce resources to those who demand them vociferously, means intensely. Those who are very shouting and very outspoken parents, their kids will get most of the things, most of the benefits, rather than the kids whose parents are generally very calm and quiet types. So this was the second paragraph. Let's see what questions I have picked up. Let's move on to third question, 63rd. Now, schools cannot compensate for the society. I picked up this question, all of you, because I wanted to tell you that this can be done even without reading the passage. School cannot compensate the society. As we all know that in the paragraph also, he says that since the society, the way parents were brought up, the way their experiences, their educational experiences, their journey so far, everything influences, every commodity, every entity influences the way their kids would be going to the school and their educational experiences. So society plays very important role. It's not that schools are only responsible for reforms, change, development, etc. We cannot ignore our responsibility that what school cannot compensate for society. So could have been done even without. Let's read the choices. The wider social context seldom impinges school effectiveness. look at the let's scan the choices first. The wider social context, let's take out some Bollywood choices out of the place here. Free education cannot be the birthright of the society. So we are not talking about compensation in terms of monetary compensation, in terms of any other material compensation. So third is second is absolutely out. Fourth, for schools effectiveness to improve, society must provide adequate resources. Since we are not talking about material compensation or compensation in terms of material things, second is gone, fourth is gone. So we are left with first and three. The wider social context seldom impinges school effectiveness. We are not talking about school, whether school is effective or not. School cannot compensate for the society, means whatever we learn from the society, similar same things or everything cannot be learned from the school. So third is the right answer. Am I clear, guys? Whenever we keep the paper simple, we also want that you people to use your common sense also. Am I clear, guys? So those who got this question wrong, am I clear that how come this third is right? So that was my main point. So 65th. Now 65th question is primarily based on para jumbling, and if I straight away come on to the choices, okay, let's try to, yes, Adil also. Adil, are you my student? Adil, seem to be, because your name is looking familiar. Okay, fine. Today I've got many students from my own batches. So how is weather outside, guys? Local people all are aware of Mumbai is inundated now. Anybody from Mumbai or Maharashtra? Anybody from here? Those who are attending my session? Sajid, awesome range. See, Sajid, rain is only awesome if you have a company. Otherwise, rain here in Chandigarh, rain here in Mumbai, all together same. Am I correct? Rest of the guys? Just tell Sajid, rain alone would not provide you something. Okay, guys, jokes apart, coming back to the question number 65th, let us try to figure out the opener in this case. And somehow to help you, we already have given you one alphabet thrice, which could act as an opener. Let us try. Ankit, don't worry, God is also with you. Coming back to the question. Okay, Samay, again you are my student, same in that evening batch since time immemorial. Okay, so guys, so let us track the opener in this case. Question number 65th. Now really we all, if did you get this question correct? Okay, if I talk about the choice here, let's say if you're really confused, if you were confused between 2 and 3, because the opener has to be D sentence, fourth sentence. So in the collective welfare paradigm means pattern, everyone counted on everyone else for support, but no one adequately internalized the systemic risk of such cross support. So we are talking about whenever collective welfare system or structure, whenever we talk about everyone, etc., etc., this also has some inherent problems. Now the two choices, D, E, D, B, D, C. If the opener is D, strictly take one out of the track. We are left with second, third and fourth. If there are risks involved, if in any sentence the risks are mentioned, then it has to be after D. So let's say if I am impressed by third choice, D, after D in the third choice, E is there. E means in collective cognition paradigm. So here we are talking about collective paradigm, and in this E sentence we are talking about cognition paradigm. So third is out. It could be either DC or DB. C is saying about instead of unloading selling risk, for example, kind of example is there. Fourth is out. So we are left with only one choice, second, DB. Yeah, EA forms a pair. Absolutely fine, Abhinav. My second point was this only, and we have explained this in our explanation also, I think. Okay, very funny paragraph about why we should or should not use carrier bags. I have to rush through because it's 5:39 by my watch. So it's talking about that initially people were very careful about, they used to pay attention to this particular warning that we should not use plastic bags, or we should not we should recycle more and we should pollute less. but somehow things have started changing. The very first news, we are using more career bags, news that turns this cloudy Saturday. So what about this passage, guys? Very interesting read. So how was the passage? Yeah, easy to handle with. But let me check, and it was very interesting even, because in this second paragraph we have given you one. David Cameron was properly for angry. It is X is kept silent. It is for angry. For angry means acting to be, but otherwise not. But acting was so genuine that people will take this as that he was really angry. So if you know the meaning of for angry, if you know the meaning of for, means faking. You are faking. People will not understand, but you are faking. So let me see. A little lengthy in terms of. So from the context of the passage, the meaning of for angry can be outlined as. Now I again picked up this question because could be done without even reading the passage, provided that my vocabulary should be in place. So guys, what about your vocabulary? Till now in our batches, I think we have completed word list number, visual number 25 till 25. So yeah, Adil Chopra, it is fake angry. Yes, it is Abhinav 3 or 4. See, let us pick up fine is to pretend. The second choice means find is pretend. Ersatz is also pretend. Contrived is also try to manipulate the things. Again, you are manipulating. 1, 2 and 3 almost same meaning wise, cannot be the correct answers. We are left with only fourth, indubitable. So indubitable, dubitable means dubious. What do we call dubious? So in is not dubious. So seemingly genuine means people will not able to recognize or will understand whether the anger is real or not, but they'll think that it is real. That is called for angry. So even without reading the passage, 66 could have been done. Law 68. The author adopts which of the following tones in the passage? So now I picked up this question just to make you understand, just to tell you that we cannot judge the tone just by looking at few lines. We have to read the entire passage very carefully and practice these questions. But don't worry, out of 16 questions, it is one, or I would not say, I would say that at the max you will find only 1 to 2 at the max question. First of all, I'm not hopeful that this question will come. Tone based question, primarily you will find main idea, inference based question and direct questions primarily. So if in case tone based question comes across, so tone of the passage is, first of all, if you look at the structure of the passage and the words used by he has used beautiful statements, sarcastic statements, I think, and his very yes, answer to this question was yes, guys. Yeah, I just uttered this word sarcastic. So it is sarcastic and critical. Do we know the meaning of word critical? No doubt he is objective. Is he objective? Okay guys, I just wanted to tell you the meaning of objective versus subjective. If I say from next time onwards, whenever we come across these words, at least we should know the meanings, because I will not be repeating this paragraph again. If I say the tone of author is objective, means he is presenting someone else's opinions as such. He is not inserting, he is not writing his views or his opinion in that article. That is called objective tone. But if you try to put your opinions, write your opinion, judgment, then it is called subjective. So he has given his own judgment, opinions about this issue, so it cannot be objective. If you know, if you knew the meaning of this objective, could have rejected third and fourth choice straight away. And he's not biased, he's not supporting anybody. First also could have been rejected. So answer is second. So point is that with little knowledge, yeah, Abhinav, it is sarcastic. Last line of third paragraph, it is most of the time he was sarcastic. So, but if I know the meaning of objective, I could have rejected third and fourth. That's why I pick up this question. So again, if the paper is easy and we know vocabulary in place with little bit of grammar, little bit of luck, and little bit of wishes and blessings, we can solve the questions. Am I clear, guys? So this is third or fourth question I am solving without reading the passage. So yes, Uday, nothing from your side. Am I audible, Uday? Yes, Uday. Yes or no? Are you still there? Is my voice audible, Uday? Yes, Rashmita. No answers. Okay, so are you getting whatever I am saying? So we can solve even questions without reading the passage. This is your first session or second or third session with me? Are you attending? This is your first session or second, third? Which session this is? Second. Then you already know that. I used to tell earlier also how to solve the questions without reading the passage. People find it very funny that how come in verbal section without reading we can solve. That's a trick. Again, a very funny passage, and I would say very informative at the same time. People must have enjoyed reading this passage, and after reading this passage they were thinking a lot about this. So it is about your behavior, the world's behavior toward physical intimacy. I avoid using this particular word whenever I am on www, World Wide Web. So it shows that earlier people were not so broad-minded, liberal, and there were few taboos attached to this particular topic. This topic was not discussed in public places or in open, etc. But somehow things started changing, and by 1920s with the Marx. So how did you find this passage interesting? Of course, there's no point, sir. You should be asking this question. But I'm talking with respect to the understanding. So I think understanding wise passage was easy. Yes, guys. What's your take? Yes or no? Some a bit difficult in terms of the logic presented. So we have introduced science also in this. We have introduced morality also, and we introduced the societal element also. So whenever we create RCs, make RCs for you, first of all we keep in mind that what items to be included, how to how to confuse you while you are reading, and how to make the strategy or trap, a convoluted trap. Very interesting findings in this passage. So Hitesh, you found 70 difficult. Let me go through the 70th question. Replying, now this all I have already answered. Replying on retrospective data in sex research is erroneous, full of error, because if I talk about earlier society, this could have been answered just by on the basis of first few lines. 70, there was no point that this to be difficult. Just talk about, just look at I'll go back to the passage just to make you understand. So the sex survey started at the end of the Victorian era, and their emergence can be viewed as a part of general liberalization. General liberalization means initially earlier people were not so comfortable in discussing this particular topic at public places or amongst themselves. So, and third, reformers wanted a society in which sanctity of family would be protected by high standards for men's sexual behavior. Means here we are talking about earlier people, the morals prevailing at that time prevented people in discussing this topic at public places or amongst themselves. So something to do with moral. Earlier it was erroneous. Now go back to the question. Replying on retrospective data in sex research is erroneous because, now talking about the survey, it was during this period that the concern about methodology surface survey design analysis. For example, result of realization that individual might be embarrassed to appear in sex survey, researcher went to the great lengths to ensure respondents confidentiality and usually anonymity. The first findings reporting husband and wife did not give the same response to the question about the sex relation and raised the concern about relying retrospective data in the sex research. Means initially they were not so open about their attitude toward this particular area or subject. That's why we couldn't rely on this data earlier, the earlier research data. Am I clear, guys? Should be able to link. See, in RCs it is very important to form the connection between the different paragraphs. It is not that we give you lines, independent or disconnected lines. It is very important to form the paragraph and don't read the passage word by word. It has to be line by line. Read the line, try to understand the ideas. It is not we are checking your vocabulary, it is we are checking your ability to grasp the ideas, not your vocabulary, because CAT is not vocab intensive, it is reading intensive paper. I keep on telling this in my sessions. So I think let's see what we have now. Again, the last few questions. 75th is again primarily based on para jumbling. Little tricky in terms of understanding. because no doubt opener also we have given you 3 options, A, D, E, B, 4 options. It's very difficult to find the opener, but in case if you are able to track, then it's very easy to pick up the choice also. In this case the opener is A. The only thing is that because we are really confused between A and D. D says evolutionary theory provides a very different starting point for thinking about the relationship between self-centered and common good. Yes, Shashank, you are right. First of all, you need to come up with the let's read A sentence. I'm not concerned about finding an opener here. A says, lest you think that rewards and punishment can save the day, if you cause others to do the right things by rewarding and punishing them, then you're providing a public good at your own expense, recreating the original dilemmas or confusion. Now what this situation is, evolutionary theory provides a very different starting point for thinking about relationship between self-interest and the common good. Now he has differentiated these two areas. So after A, D will come. So A is an opener. Let's say if I am impressed by D choice, let's say D says evolutionary theory provides a very different starting point for thinking about relationship between self-interest and common good. In second option after D, C. To function adaptively as a unit member of group must behave in a ways benefit of other members or a group as a whole their private expense. So D and C making connections. Till here the situation is fine. But after C, E. E says the solid is usually less fit than slacker or exploiter, so this kind of disconnect is there. So second option is therefore rejected. So my point is, whenever we are impressed by any particular choice and we are stuck between two close options, you will definitely see that one of the options will lose the connectivity somewhere in between, and where it is broken, that option is to be rejected. Am I clear, guys? The purpose of picking up this question was only this, to tell you, to make you understand that whenever the connectivity is broken, the option is to be left. So it's very important. See, everything is interrelated. First of all, we teach you vocabulary, then RCs. In RCs, we tell you how to track the main idea, how to track the conclusion, even what's the conclusion of the author or tone of the passage, etc. And then we come on to critical reasoning. In critical reasoning, we again teach you inference, etc. Then we come on to parajumbling. Parajumbling is kind of fixing puzzles, that where to fit, and this is your ability to look at the broader picture. See, parajumbling things are here and there, and we have to arrange them in a proper order. The point is to make you understand that being a manager, will you able to look at the bigger picture or not? Means if the things are scattered, so do you have any ability to arrange? Since this is an English language, so first of all we teach you RCs, then vocabulary, RC and critical reasoning, and somewhere in between parajumbling also. So every part is interrelated, and essence is to make you a better manager. Because people are not able to understand how come parajumbles are related to IAMS A or being a good manager. Pranjal, you are asking question number 84, why not first and why third? Let me see whether I am carrying 84th question or not. Okay, it is based on, again, very interesting passage, very interesting passage. It is talking about pension fund and how come the government is making fool of people and utilizing their pension funds to bail the banks and promising them that their money will increase. Now the excuse given by the government in this case was, if you recall this paragraph, government said that the pension funds are not sufficient to take care of needs of the people which are growing day by day. That's why they started utilizing, but the story was other way around. The entire financial system of America was in doldrum at that time, and the easiest resource the government had at that time was a pension fund, because people, middle class people, started saving at the earlier stages from 60s, 70s onwards. So America had a huge reserve of this. The only thing from where they could have helped, the American government could have helped these banks, was this. So he's talking about doctors. We started off this very beautifully, that how come doctors are saying thanks to the author, and how come doctors and teachers and other such professional people are not actually greedy when they are asking that pension fund should not be misutilized. So yes, Pranjal, coming back to your question, Question number 84th. It is not at all based on okay, this passage. Sorry. So 84th question, Pranjal, it was based on critical reasoning. It says that Ross, easy, it's very easy. Your point is, let me go through, why not first, why third? Okay, you're saying this answer that it is sample size is too small to generalize the conclusion to reach generalization. I think this is your point. 84th is this. See, let's read the sentence if it is right now you're carrying paper, because on the screen you will not find this question. I thought 84th is also based on same passage, therefore I started this passage. It says that Ross says that profitability of company X restored, here the keyword is restored. Restored means restored to the private ownership, means earlier it was private, then after, let's say, then it was changed into public mode, enterprises, then again it was restored to private entrepreneurship. So restored is the keyword here. 5 years ago, this happened 5 years ago, is a clear evidence that business will always fare better under private than under public ownership. Now it says that this happened 5 years back. The stem is not that we are talking about only company. Just Pranjal, listen it very carefully, we are running short of time. Since we are not talking about only company X, is talking about the system shifting from private to public, public to private in a span of 5 years. And he's saying that his assumption is that only private parties entrepreneurship ownership can increase the profit. The profitability of company restored to just, and 5 years are also very important. What if the company started taking lead during the years when company was public? Public means government control, trust. So in this question, in this statement made by the Ross, it is not the only loophole in this statement is that what if company started taking back lead during public sector days? Julia says wrong. A close look at the record show X has been profitable since the appointment of first class manager, which happened while X was still a public sector. Now from the second statement, now we have to combine these two statements. Pranjal, am I clear? The question is not about company X only, it is about management style working. That's why. So third is Ross statement leaves an open possibility that side cause. What is cause here? That profitability. Cause, effect. Cause is this change of ownership and effect is the profitability. Cause came after the effect. Effect of increasing the profitability. Am I clear, Pranjal? So we need to understand the stem. So let me check what question I have. So we are running short of time. The primary intent of author in the passage is to, if you know the meaning of duplicitous, do we know the meaning of duplicitous, guys? We are talking about the government is at fault. So first is gone. It's not service class only. We are deceitful behavior. Service class did not show any deceitful behavior as per the passage. Treacherous behavior of doctors. No, the author picked up this only. The primarily he wanted to tell us that how government is playing fool and making fool of the people there. So third, two-faced. Samit, didn't get you. Two-faced means, okay, duplicitous. I mean, you're telling me the meaning of duplicitous. Dishonest, yes. Two-faced, yeah. Dishonest, yeah. Absolutely fine. To showcase the calamitous behavior of the government. Now calamitous is too extreme a word to be accepted, therefore rejected. What a nice rhyme. So 80, therefore answer to this question, 85th is third and 87th. From the context of it can be inferred. Doctors have found and able align the authors of the passage. The author was neither supporting, he just picked up this case to highlight his point that how the government is cheating people. 87th. So now this is a little tricky question. Did you get this question correct? In the recent part, doctor have been subject to trenchant criticism. Because why trenchant means severe criticism. if I go back to the passage from the last couple of weeks, I have been inundated with, flooded with nice messages from doctors. Thanks. They email, hooray, they tweet. There is so much medical benevolence coming my way. It's really shame. I'm not ill, but I'm not ill. The sawbones means surgeons are smiling because I stuck up from this question time. They have been on the end of such nastiness lately. Now from here, they were under severe criticism that why doctors are striking, and they threatened to strike, and they went on to strike also against the government decision of utilizing pending funds to bail out banks. So entire America was criticizing doctors. So now people, after this articles were written, etc., people understood that it is the government's fault, not the doctor's fault. Therefore, fourth, I think I'm done with my session part. The time has come to wind up the session, guys. So this time we kept the paper easy, just to give you a little breather, respite, so that earlier students were not comfortable right from the day one, ball number one. We kept the bar with very high. Students were not able to cross this bar, but just to give you a little breather. So we kept, but again, whenever we are making easy to moderate paper also, we keep the choices very tricky. So better, so overall, what was your score, guys? Did you get better this time? As far as 15th is concerned, just press yes or no regarding the overall percentile, because the topper got, I think, 91 marks. Score wise, his score was 91 if I am able to recall. So all of you got good marks as far as verbal is concerned. So time has come to wind up the session. Next time, same time, 5:15 to 6:15 or so. So I'll be picking paper mock number 16, and 16 is a little difficult in terms of understanding. Have you taken mock 16? Any of you? Started yesterday. How many of you have taken mock? No. None of you. Shashank, yes. So should I ask this question, Shashank, that how was the test? I shouldn't be asking because others can also see that whatever you're typing in comparison to. So the answer is here. So all the best, rest of the guys. Shashank already has taken, and he found it a little difficult in comparison to 15th. But don't worry, we all are Indians. We all are born genius, creative. All the best. Stay calm, focused, be happy, and see you next time around. Should I wind up this session? All of you? Yes. See you guys. Bye. I kept the discussion light this time and interactive, so that every time you used to come with very heavy words, this time, that time, how was the question, how was the paper, and you used to think that, sir, don't ask these silly questions, come to the point and just explain few questions. So see you guys next time, and all the best. Be happy. See you guys. Bye.